Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It is G here. So our vacation is coming to a close and I thought I would tell a travel story. And honestly, this is one of those stories where when I look back on it, I'm probably lucky it didn't end like with a newspaper article like body found in the Mexican woods or something. Guys, they do say the universe protects fools, and I don't know what exactly that quote is, but I do have some special protection out there because I've done some things that I probably should not have done. Subscribe to my channel and let me tell you this quick, kind of crazy story. So when I was in Guatemala, like towards the end of the trip, I suddenly decided that I wanted to do an ayahuasca ceremony. Now, you don't do ayahuasca in, like, this is not particularly something one does in Guatemala, but I was just like, this is what I want to do. I want to do an ayahuasca ceremony. I want to like have this cleansing, and this is a big ceremony. So I'm trying to figure out, like, should I go to Peru for a couple weeks? So is there a way I can do it? I was planning on going to Mexico. So long story short, what do? I go onto the internet to try and see if I can find something. So I go on the internet and I find like these groups about ayahuasca, and they do ceremonies in different places and blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, okay. So I reach out and I'm like, do you guys do anything in Mexico and blah, blah, blah. And so long story short, I started like through different channels, got moved to like this person or that person, started sending text messages with some guy who was Mexican. And he's like, well, where are you going to be? And so I tell him, and he's like, oh yeah, I got a shaman there for you. And I'm like, awesome. He's like, but he doesn't do ayahuasca ceremonies. And I'm like, oh. He's like, but something similar. I'm like, okay, why not? Let's try it. So now I'm in Mexico, and now I'm communicating with the shaman that's there. I don't know, mind you, I have not seen pictures of these people. I don't know what they look like. I look back and I'm a little crazy. So I'm just like communicating. For whatever reason, I didn't get a vibe. I didn't get a bad vibe. Like no twist in my stomach. You know how like your body tells you when something's not gonna go right? I assume that some of us ignore it, but I felt okay. I could have just been being naive, but whatever. So I make an appointment, and remember, I do have the French guy with me. Who was that happy? He was not happy about this at all. And he was like, if you go to do this, I am going to get a divorce. And I was like, okay, cool. That sounds great. I'd already planned on divorcing his ass anyway. So anyway, and it wasn't that he cared that this was actually a dangerous situation. He just didn't want me to do illicit substances. So I was like, dude, whatever, right? So I end up meeting this shaman at a bus station in Mexico. As I tell this story, I'm sure like my grandma is like, Lord, I sent all the guardian angels to protect this stupid little girl. Anyway, I meet the guy. He's there with another guy who he tells me needs to have a demon exorcised from him. So I'm like, oh, interesting. Are you gonna exorcise this demon? He's like, yeah. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm doing this. I'm going to see an exorcism, and I am going to do whatever ceremony this is supposed to be. Now it wasn't ayahuasca. So I follow this guy and the guy with the demon into some wooded kind of area. So you get through this area, and there's actually people living back here. There's like homes that are very rural and very, simple. You might call them huts. So now I'm in the woods with this guy and this demon guy. And so we go to like this little hut that is his, and he's there, his wife is there. So there's woman and baby, and I'm like, okay, I don't think he was gonna murder me with a woman and baby, would they? I don't even think that actually crossed my mind, to be honest with you. So I had no fear, because apparently people who are crazy have little or less fear. So I am now getting ready to do the ceremony, take this substance, which I'm not 100% sure what it is. I ended up telling my friend who's like a chemist, and she was like, oh my God. Anyway, I'm not gonna say what it was. So it wasn't like heroin or anything like that, just so you know. So it's something derived of nature, but not ayahuasca. It's the active ingredient within ayahuasca. So you can Google that if you need to. So anyway, I take this and he explains to me, and like, so the whole time he's chanting, his wife is chanting, demon dude is chanting, and I basically just kind of fall out onto the ground. And I can't remember if my eyes were open and closed, but they were chanting songs of love. And honestly, I felt loving protection, and I felt female energy, and I felt safe and warm and protected. Actually, I don't know exactly how long I was in this state, but when I came up, I just came up like, okay. And so this next time, he said he was going to go in with me and try and guide me through something. So he was going to take some of the stuff, and I was going to take it at the same time, and then he was going to somehow come into my experience. So it's like, oh yeah, this is hot, let's do it. So we do it again, and I felt the same kind of strong energy around me, and I didn't find him though. I didn't see him. So when we came back out, he was just like, I couldn't get to you because there was too much protection around you. I obviously needed, right? So we kind of talked about this experience, blah, blah, blah. So then he's like, you can do it again on your own if you want. Or he's like, you know, if you want to stay around for the exorcism, or if you want to go back, I can walk you back. And I was like, no, let's do this exorcism. And I was like, can I go in? Can you take me with you into this situation? This is how crazy I am. Because I really wanted to understand what he was going to do. And if there is a possibility I can see it from the inside, then wow. So I'm like, okay, his wife is still chanting. All three of us are going in. Now, this was interesting because the energy was so different when we did it this time. I did not see a demon. I just saw blackness. I seriously saw nothing. Like before, I saw light and colors and what just felt like loving energy. Now I see nothing. It's dark. I hear nothing. Like just silence. Nothing. So like something had changed, right? I again don't remember how long to be in this state. But we all came out about the same time, and demon dude was like, I'm good. And so I'm like, you did it? And he was like, yeah. I'm like, I didn't see anything. And I was like, it was just darkness. And he was just like, yeah. So demon dude's like, no, I'm good. Like, he's like, I feel lighter. I feel this. Da, da, da. And so afterwards, we all smoked a little doobie, chatted, talked about our experiences. And then me and demon dude walked back to town. That was it. And I'm still here to tell the story. So guys, subscribe to my channel. I thought that was a fun and interesting story. I don't know, like, would you guys have done that? Like, what do you think? Am I completely just mad? Am I just lost in the head? Why am I doing these things? Like, just, anyway, subscribe to my channel. Tell me guys what you think about this story. And I can't wait to see your reactions and tell me what you would have done instead. Ciao, ciao for now.